Book Live. Good afternoon, Queenie.
Good afternoon, Doc. Did you know it's Monday?
Yes.
And you're excited
Yes.
about Monday, right?
Uh-huh. I'm excited. It's a nice day. It's a beautiful day outside. I've been outside already. I had to race home so I could be here.
That's beautiful. Well, your background is gorgeous. Where is that?
That's down in Arkansas. That's Eureka Springs area.
Wow.
Ish.
It's that is actually
a
fabulous.
Little Rock Lake. So,
oh my gosh, you are definitely a water girl, that's for sure.
I am. I love the water. I could live on it. I love to swim. I love the whole thing.
Yeah.
So.
I am I need to see the bottom. That is a rule. And if I can't see the bottom, it's not happening unless I'm in a boat. So you apparently don't care if you can see the bottom.
No.
Yeah.
No, maybe I'll have to take you out to there's a special lake I fish at. It's actually used to be a quarry and you can see all the way to the bottom.
All right, then I could handle that. As long as gross is in there.
No, there's nothing gross. You could probably go out about 20, 30 feet before you start seeing those little things that we catch.
Okay. So far, I have not seen fish in a pool, so I'm good with that.
That's
so far. I never say never, but so far. And I remember the story that you told, maybe it was last year when you went out to Florida with Beverly and you guys went scuba diving or snorkeling or something. And all of a sudden you're down there with that nice ginormous barracuda. And I'm like, that's never
snorkeling. Yes.
Time.
There were two of them. Yeah. Yeah. They were both about 3 feet long. And they big beady eyes, like look, they're just looking at you like.
Yeah, absolutely not happening in my lifetime. I appreciate those kind of situations as far as they get to live there. That's terrific. I will not invade their space as long as they don't get anywhere near me.
So I guess when I was in the Caribbean, I saw what they call a cuttlefish, which is kind of like a upside down octopus. It goes this way, you go this way.
Oh my goodness.
No,
it's
only like this big.
I don't care. I've never found that in the pool.
It was kind of moving. It was looking at me with its, I don't know how many eyes it has, one or two maybe.
Okay, have a good day. I got to get out of here immediately. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You can have all the water that you cannot see the bottom. I'll stay in the water where you can see the bottom.
Okay. How about if I change the subject and go through our National Day of to kind of take your mind off of.
As long as it's not National Day of creepy stuff in the water. Go ahead.
Well, I only have a few backgrounds because of course I waited until the last minute, but today is National Piercing Day. I only have my ears pierced. Thank you very much. I have no desire to pierce any other body part. The ears was enough for me.
I would not be comfortable with other piercings, and taking care of this is the best I can do. So I don't need any other maintenance issues.
Me neither. I might do one more. I've got two already. I might do a third, but that's about it. Because we're getting a little too high, too close to that cartilage. And I'm like, yeah. So
yeah, that's not a good fit for me either. Plus, hello, I know this surprises you, but I don't do pain. Like, let's not do pain.
You know, that kind of surprises me, Queenie. Yeah.
I knew it would. Yeah. That's not a good fit for me. If someone likes pain, absolutely. But yeah, it's kind of like that tattoo stuff. I think they're very cool to look at. And anytime I'm somewhere where people show their tattoo, obviously they show it, so you'll ask about it. But I always say, tell me about your tat, because I want to know what caused you to get it or what's the significance. And sometimes it's memoriam for people who have passed away, have died. And so that's cool. And it gives them a chance to talk about that. So I'm good with that. But as soon as I found out you do needle.
No.
Yeah. I'm sitting here going, no, I don't do pain. It's not my gift.
Well, there are some beautiful tattoos out there, though. I mean, there's some really talented artists.
Talk about art. Oh my gosh.
Really is. It's incredible. I'm always looking like, wow, can I look at that? You know, so yes. So it's National Piercing Day. It's also National Mimosa Day. Do you like mimosas, Queenie?
I could do mimosa without juice.
So you just like champagne?
That's why I was going to say we're back to that sweet problem. I think mimosa actually for real is orange juice and champagne mixed together. And I've been like brunch places serve those, which is fine, but it's back to that juice thing. I don't do any kind of juice ever other than maybe carrot if it's killed with kale. But anything past that is not my gift. Do you do mimosas, Doc?
I do them occasionally, like you a brunch, or we've done them like, we did them one morning when we were fixing Thanksgiving dinner. But I don't like the orange juice because it's too acidic and it is kind of overly, I mean, it's either too sweet or it's too.
Oh, yeah, it's too
So,
much sugar. Mhm.
So you'll love this. I'm ready, everybody. She's going to make a face. We tried apple cider and it actually was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of a sweet tart kind of flavor.
Okay.
But I'm sure, didn't look at the back of the jug full of apple cider. It was a local place here.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
want to look at the sugar
probably
content.
don't want to see what's in there, that's for sure. I have done mimosa with pineapple juice before. It's unsweetened. And because once again, that's just that sweet stuff is just enough to kill me. So I can't really do that. But
You will
mimosa
like
day is nice. They're pretty to look at. They usually serve champagne flutes, and that is totally my DNA. And then sometimes, depending upon where you've been, they either put a skewer of fruit in it or they hook little cool stuff onto the side of the champagne flute.
Yes.
I love the presentation of all that stuff. But sometimes, like I say, the sweet stuff is just enough to kill me. So I can't deal with that.
So you like the unsweetened pineapple? Do you eat pineapple? Or is that still
Actually
too sweet?
Spoiled rotten if it's totally fresh. And if it's not slopping around in juice, I can usually do pineapple.
It's not slopping around in juice. Well, that's good to know. I won't bring you that pineapple gift I was going to. It was slopping around in juice, so I better not.
Hang on a second. If it's wrapped up with the ticket to Hawaii, I'm on the plane right now. So
Well, you have to sit next to me on the airplane, so I'm not sure you want to do that.
I'll have to think about that part. But honestly, we actually have two offices in Honolulu. Figure that out. So I would go to Hawaii again, sight unseen. Let's do it.
You need to train your water team your water family needs to come with you.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. One entire plane filled with water family would be a blast.
Wouldn't that be fun? And then we all rent the same place and because we can't afford the hotel. My gosh. Yeah. I looked several years ago at going to Hawaii and staying there for a couple of weeks, and it would have probably been about $8,000. Yeah, I didn't think you would like that.
Sure. Yeah, it is high for sure. But honestly, it's 1,000,000% worth it because I love island hopping and all that stuff. So if the pineapple that you give me is wrapped around a ticket to Hawaii, I will go aloha.
Okay, I have to remember that.
Okay.
All right, so today is also, I've got some backgrounds here for everybody. This is fun. Are you ready? Let's see if I can find them.
We'll
start in the bees.
I'm always scared. Oh,
today
I could do that.
Is National Barbecue Day.
Okay.
And that just so happens to be one of my favorite sauces. And of course, it's a sweet tart, or not. It's not even tart. It's a peppery kind of. And I actually looked up. Sweet Baby Ray's is pretty popular now. Okay. And they are out of Chicago. They formed their company back in the 1980s, and Chef Larry was the guy's name who just entered a contest. There was a rib contest in the Chicagoland area, and he won. And he was like unknown, and that's how they got their start. So,
wow. Now this is one of my favorite flavors too, as a matter of fact, believe it or not. And obviously for me, it goes on turkey.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, it goes great with, And it's funny. We're from Chicago, which we came, it's barbecue around Kansas City. We'll eat it, but we're not crazy. I mean, I do buy this all the time. My kids actually eat it more with everything than we do. I'll put it on hamburgers when I'm grilling or turkey or chicken.
Well, no, I would do a hamburger maybe if it had barbecue sauce on it. Yeah. But the turkey stuff is my thing, turkey and Swiss cheese. So I wrap the turkey around the cheese and dip it in that stuff. I would do that.
Yep, that's a good combo. So happy National Barbecue Day, everyone.
Thank you.
And we've got several more coming. Let's see what I got here. I've got to see what order I put them in. Okay.
Uh-oh. Does it only get worse from here? I can't wait to see.
No, actually,
Okay, what is
and this
that?
is these are the leaves. I couldn't get a really good tree picture, but it's National Love a Tree Day.
We will leave that one also to you, Dr. Laura.
I love,
Okay.
this is a curly willow tree. As
Okay.
you can see, the branches kind of are like, and if you go to a flower shop and they do an arrangement, a lot of times they'll put the curly willow branches as part of your decor in your arrangement.
Wow. It actually is very pretty. And I do appreciate the majestic and the differences of trees. Everything's not just bam, 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 all the same. There's so many choices. That actually is very pretty.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful tree. Unfortunately for me, it's a very junky tree. It's constantly losing branches.
I'm out. I don't do junk in the yard. That's not.
Yeah, you wouldn't go too well. And actually they only grow to about 20, they only last 20 to 25 years, and ours is starting to die, which I'm like,
Oh, you have one. Oh my gosh, of course
yes.
you do. Now, just
Yes.
a second, what are those little whirly bird things that are all over the neighborhoods right now that I call them?
Those are the little seeds from the maple trees.
Oh my, because those
Sugar maples.
during all this windstorm stuff that we've had the last couple of weeks, I'm looking on my driveway going, what color did this driveway used to be? And that these things are everywhere. And I'm like, okay, seriously, I don't have these junky trees on purpose because I hate that stuff, but I didn't know what trees they came from. Okay.
Yep, from the maples. Those are the maples. That's I think it's the sugar maple.
Okay.
I could be wrong. There's one that's real junky, and of course we have that one too in our yard. Sorry. Yeah, all I do is rake.
I know, that's what I was going to say. And with all your gardening and all that stuff, I bet it does drive you nuts.
It kind of does, because it's just one more thing to do. But so, okay, so we've got Love a Tree Day, Mimosa Day, Piercing Day, and last we'll just follow it up with alcohol. So it is it's my dog, go. And my dog is visiting me.
As soon as you said tree, she wanted to see you.
Yeah. It's American Craft Beer Day. So, or I'm sorry, Beer Week. I know that doesn't float your boat.
Of course, no, it doesn't. But the interesting thing is, everything else gets a day and beer gets a week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yes.
it's just not my thing. But now, so craft beer means someone made it like in their house type of, that's what that means?
It's a small brewery. They
Okay,
consider the smaller, like this brand behind me, of course, is one of my favorites. It's Line and Kugel. It's out of Wisconsin. It's Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, and it's just a small. It's not like a Miller or an Anheuser-Busch or those big labels that you see, or Coors or one of those. This is
Now,
just
what's the advantage? Like, you make it yourself. What's the, like, why wouldn't you just go to the liquor store and get whatever the beer stuff is? But why would you have a small brewery? What's the point of that makes it different?
The smaller, they do a lot more experimenting with their beers, with adding things like this brand particularly. They put honey in it. They've got one that's called Berry Weiss, and they've got raspberries and blackberries and those kinds of things in it. There's another that they put lemon. They call it a lemon shandy. So they put different flavorings.
I know at Valentine's Day, which once again has never been my thing for this gift, but people give chocolate beer with raspberry stuff. And I never figured that out, because beer to me is not sweet. And so when all of a sudden they're starting to make chocolate beer, I'm like, I cannot even imagine what that would be.
They do it with a heavier type of, like a Guinness beer. I call that stuff pond scum. It's black. It's a very hearty kind of beer. It's a very thick, very I'm not a big chocolate beer fan, but I'll do, these are Pilsners, which is that light, it's a light beer color. It's very light. It's not very overly, you taste hops in it. You taste, that. I mean, I used to do that. I shouldn't say that anymore, because I can't drink beer because it's wheat. So, and I've got a gluten allergy, so, or intolerance. So, but yeah, it's National American Craft Beer Week. And I was going to also say the little breweries, the smaller ones too, generally don't put preservatives in their beer. The big boys do.
Actually, okay, that That would be a plus. Now, okay, severely dumb question. Let's pause the recording. Is there such a thing as gluten-free beer?
Yes, there is.
Okay,
Yes, there
well,
is.
and I guess that would solve the other problem, but
Yes.
we don't, I know zero about beer, and the flavored stuff sounds just not a good fit for me, but I don't know anything about it. But if this is the brewery week, then yay to all the people who celebrate.
I knew would be like, okay, so, so whoever drinks beer, happy beer week.
Yeah. Now we're getting closer to my stuff. Purple flowers with rain on it.
Purple.
I can
Yep.
do that. I can do that. We definitely got some storms here this weekend, Doc. I bet all your gardens look amazing.
Everything is grown probably a foot.
I bet.
I was out at the community garden this morning pulling weeds, so they are alive and well. And yes, and everything looks fantastic. And everything looks fantastic though. I was taking pictures and little videos of the cauliflower and the cabbage and the broccoli. It's all about, they're all
Oh
about
my
this.
gosh, that is
So-
fantastic.
So yeah, so I'm super excited. I actually picked our first little crop of radishes. Do you like radishes?
Oh, I have eaten both, obviously just in salad usually. Sometimes I put it on a veggie tray just because I need the color, but I mean, ranch dip, what is that called? Dill dip is what I do
Dill dip.
with radishes. And obviously you see how often I do it since I can't remember what dill dip is called. But yeah, dill dip with me is a radish fix. Sometimes even ranch is too sweet for me. So I can do dill dip stuff with a radish topic.
Right.
So you've got, okay. I'm gonna have to pause the recording again. Radishes come in a bunch or what? Like one at a time, for heaven's sakes?
They come one at a time.
Oh,
Yes.
see, that kind of stuff would just tear me up if all of a sudden you're doing literally one radish at a time. I thought they came in a wad and that would be a little easier to handle for me. Oh my goodness.
Nope. And I actually grew one that was called French breakfast, and it was a real long one. It was about this long. I should have taken,
What
I
is
did take pictures.
the flavor of a French one? Is it sweeter or harsh?
It's like a radish. It's got a little bit of spice to it.
Okay.
Got a little bit of kick. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of radish. Radish, turnips, kohlrabi, those are all kind of non-flavors, but the radish has the spice, a little kick.
Yeah, and I
depending on
actually was
kind.
going to say, does horseradish come from radish? But I know the answer to that because
You
horse
do?
is a root, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
See there, I've learned so much from you. It's incredible. Now, I don't make my own horseradish, but that's actually one of my favorite flavors.
It is. Yes, actually, it is one of my favorite too. Believe it or not, me being a spice wimp, I love horseradish. I don't like the peppers, the Chinese hot spice. I don't like the Mexican, but horseradish, for some reason, I can do it. It's the funniest thing.
Yeah. And I can actually, that one doesn't sound so rough to me, but like I say, I'm very proud of myself. All of you in Facebook land, thank you for watching, because today I know that a radish does not produce horseradish. So haha.
Very good, Queenie.
I know, I am learning.
So what is new in the land of Happy Neighborhood Project and networking in different countries?
Well, first of all, that has been fantastic. And obviously, I just finished a posting party this morning, actually, with the worldwidechamber.com. That was a blast. And several of our local friends were on today, which is cool. And drum roll, please, Doc, besides Happy Neighborhood Project and networking, we get to do an in-person event tomorrow with our one and only Fun Fearless female CEO and founder. And I am so excited about that. So any of the ladies who are watching, if you've participated with Delinda Lane, we are super duper excited, not only to meet in person, but some of us to meet at all. And with you,
Yes,
that you are now, many people have not met you in person yet. And I'm really excited for this.
yeah, there's a few people we haven't met, which is hilarious, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're super excited too. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and isn't it a funny thing now? Obviously, for 200 years, I've said, I love networking groups. If you want to go network, click here. And now for the last 2 years, it's been like, are you doing in-person networking or virtual? And I'm like, where did this come from? What is the deal? And so, oh, that's cool. Is that what those are? Good.
Those are the radishes. I was working on that Like my big head is in the way.
That's okay. Your big head is fabulous. So that long one is called French.
That's a French breakfast, and then right over my shoulder, this shoulder right there, that's a round one. So it's a regular style.
Okay, so obviously they come from two different sets of seeds, but you can grow them together and one doesn't go after the other.
I actually separated them on
Okay.
either side of the garden bed.
Okay, that's
So-
what I was wondering. All right, because I know you've already taught us that you can't grow some stuff together because it cancels out the other thing.
Yeah, there are some, they call it companion planting, and there are some things that you cannot at all grow together, or they will kill each other basically. Or
Wow, yeah.
whatever.
See, once again, the things that you don't know. And isn't it cool? Also, speaking of Delinda, I don't know if you got to see this. I'm sure you were tagged. Delinda got to have a salad from her garden the other day.
I heard.
Yeah,
heard,
that was
which
her
is
very
awesome.
first lettuce, her very first salad, her very first everything. And I thought, that is the coolest thing in the world. And what an accomplishment. I mean, quite frankly, all the beautiful stuff you show us, and you were doing a smell-o-vision the other day with your garlic harvesting and the grinding, what do you say, dehydrating?
The garlic, the dehydrating the garlic powder. Mhm.
And I'm looking at that, and I can just even imagine when you said your whole house smells of garlic, that must be so spectacular. And all the things, like I say, that you've taught us over these last couple of years of Doc and Queenie, I think in terms of some of the things we take for granted, and look what you've done. You've taught a lot of us about gardening and the gift therein, but have you been to a grocery store lately and there ain't no stuff on the shelves, my friend? And this is empty, we're out of stock here. This can't happen, this is making the news. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, toilet paper shortage was ridiculous and disgusting enough, never mind the political topic. But now we're back to this deal, we're out of food. And this is absolutely phenomenal. And now you're growing your own. I think this is genius, and your timing could not have been better.
Well, as we all know, I love to be in the garden, but yeah, especially for a time as this. And I've been teaching a whole bunch of people, it's never too late. Even right now, it's never too late. Our weather here in Kansas City has been crazy. So we went from what?
I literally
spring to fall to summer.
Right. Why don't you just look out the window? Well, that's good, except for the fact now you look out the window and it's 20 and sunny, or you look out the window tomorrow and it's 90 and sunny. So out the window is not even going to help you. You've got to use your app.
Yep. Yeah. Last week I worked and I'm working on a community garden to, grow to help others, grow food for others. And I was out there 3 days in a row, and each day it was above 90 degrees. And the week before we were in the 40s, and you're like, gee, I don't know why nothing's growing. I mean, even the plants are confused.
Yeah. Yeah. Now my grass was not confused, I will say. I am out.
No, mine was
record-setting heat days, but I love hot, so I actually don't care. But I was out on one of those record-setting heat days, cut in the backyard, because I try and alternate, just because I have about 8 seconds in between all these calls. So I've got to time all my mowing stuff strategically. But I'm sitting here going, I wasn't out there 30 minutes and I was dripping. And I thought, oh my gosh. And then I look at the app afterwards, of course, because I'm the genius that I am. And it was 92 degrees. And I went, oh, all right, that explains it. I'm not having a heart attack. It's actually hot out. So that's good. Oh my gosh. But isn't it just the most amazing thing? And I don't know how you grow stuff, especially so successfully, when the weather fluctuation is like it is.
You just, like networking, you just keep plodding along and you keep punting and pivoting, I mean, I fertilize the same, whether it's 40 below or, okay, maybe that's a little drastic, but.
I was going to say, I hope you're not out in that type of weather.
No, I kind of give it up, November and December, I don't do any work, but, outside.
I know. And see, that's the other thing. When people say, oh my gosh, I have nothing to do today. And I'm always like,
I wonder what that's like.
I was going to just say, please repeat that. But it really is. It's so fun to meet people, either virtually or online, and virtually or in person. And please think about this. Anyone who has not attended Happy Neighborhood Project yet, and you have not been to Australia yet, I actually get to be one of the guest co-hosts tomorrow, Tuesday, 4:00 Central Time. If anybody wants to go, I'll send you a link. It's free. There's usually about 30 or 40 people on this call, and it's a blast because how many people do you know in Australia? 2 years ago, my answer was 0. And now my answer is no longer 0. It's in the 10s and 20s and 30s and new people all the time. And so I love the fact that our world is ginormous. And thanks to virtual networking, we've gotten to make it smaller. And I love that.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's great to, well, and the training that you do with LinkedIn and Facebook and this and that. I mean, this virtual piece has opened up a whole new educational system, really. I mean, for
Look
me,
what
I
has
do a lot
happened to
for-
you, because for me, it's very fun to watch other people and their growth. Okay. You're gardening and you're building garden boxes and you're helping people plant their stuff and strategically plan their everything. I get that. Now with your gardenery business, you are able to design garden boxes on the internet during a Zoom call with people all across the globe. And I'm looking at that going, whoever thought of that?
I
All
know.
you ever have to know is the climate, what the person wants for their own personal garden stuff as far as food to eat, and you go for it. Doc, I seriously mean it. Your world has opened up times a million as well.
Oh, totally. Totally. I'm doing what I love and I don't really have to leave my house. Well, of course I got to get outside for this, but I mean, that to me is not work anyway.
Well, and I was going to say, you always say, this is my Zen. And
It is.
you can have your Zen.
You can have your Zen. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep your Zen. I'll stay on my Zoom calls, but think about your growth in this short amount of time. And like I say, the garden boxes are beautiful, and all of your steel boxes and the little planter boxes I still love. I think those are fabulous. And the building that you do and all of those things, excellent. But now, what if I need help and I live in New York? You can help me. What if I live in Washington State? You can help me. And before, we did not have that option. I'm thrilled for you. Gardenery has exploded your business, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, they, the gal that I connected with, it definitely had the foresight online. Yeah, through Facebook. It actually was a Facebook ad. So she has grown by leaps and bounds. And what I love about, she's like you, Queenie. She enjoys helping others and lifting others up, because we're all in it together, and it's all about who you know and who you can help. So, yeah.
That made me think also several of the other groups that we are in together and Bible studies and things like that. It is so amazing. I have to seriously go, Laura. I have to remember your name. And I know. And so all this, because I just say doc this, doc that. And even when we're doing water presentations together and all of the different workshops we do, I appreciate all of that. But every single time you go, Queenie, back to you. And the other people are going, like that. And then sometimes when I'm on a Zoom call, like right after this one, I've got another one. This will be the background because I don't change it before I leave here. I change it when I get to the new one. And they go, who's talking Queenie? And I'm just like, this is hysterical. I don't think, and all of a sudden I get on a call and I go, oops, hang on a second, sorry. And I don't even think of that. And it's just such a funny thing to me. Just like tomorrow for Delinda's luncheon, Fun Fearless Female is her DNA, networking and steroids and PQ and all the things for me. That's my DNA. I get that. But now it's a Doc and Queenie conversation. And even Kim Mitchell, who is your friend from your church, has said, I don't even know your name. And I said, just call me Queenie. It's just easier. And I never think of how people get used to seeing you or how they meet you the first time. That sticks.
Well, and like you, I've stumbled over Kathy.
And then when you say Kathy back to you, I'm looking around to go, who's she talking to?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, no, this has been a lot of fun. Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. What is happening on August 1st, speaking of that?
I think there's something, and I don't know if you have I have to dig up the background. I found this background the other day that we kind of used.
Thanks to the amazing Karen Reyes, right?
Yes, it's Doc and Queenie Day. It's our 2-year anniversary.
Can't believe
2
it.
years.
Yes, can't believe it. That is just fantastic. And I love the fact, and it'll be a celebration here August 1st, right here on Facebook Live. And we're super duper excited. I can't believe, honestly, seriously, how fast time has gone. And the growth of the community, the interaction within the community has been so cool. And the different guest lives we've been able to do. And then certainly our Bible trivia has been so fun to be able to meet people who are actually good at Bible trivia. I mean, bring
Yeah.
Miller. And so that is so fantastic to be able to see other people who are not Bible scholars who choose to see if they can participate this way too. I love it.
Yeah, I do too. It's been a fun 2 years. It's been fun to do different things, and we just have fun.
Yes, absolutely. Now,
And of course teach here and there, but we just like to lighten the load.
on a serious note, do you ever
Yes.
see things going back to in person, or what are you thinking?
For me, the networking, I like doing the virtual also. I don't see it really going that. I know groups in this area have tried, but there's not as much of an interest as being online. There really isn't.
And see, I don't know if it depends on the location. I was with someone in the Sacramento, San Jose area of California the other day, and he said there were 700 people at his chamber meeting.
Whoa.
I appreciate that, because our greater Kansas City chamber here in town for Kansas City area is huge. And I have been to events before. They did a gig at Argosy Casino one time, a gorgeous cocktail party. Oh my, like I'm talking black tie, severely amazing. And it was a blast. And we had 890 people there, and it was terrific. And it was wonderful. But post-COVID, post-pandemic, post-quarantine, I don't know what that looks like. And now people, first of all, your reach is bigger, because obviously I can't travel to Australia tomorrow to help with this event. But I now appreciate the efficiency of not having to drive. I don't know about you, but gas is only $823 a gallon now. And that's cool. But now you have to drive cross country to get to Kansas City Metro to do the gig at Argosy from Overland. You see what I mean? I don't know how much travel people are willing to do, the time it takes, the expense of this, et cetera. Plus your reach is 20, 30, 50, 100 people, as opposed to all the ones you can do in a week virtually. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know, but like you and I, we both punted, pivot, adjust, and I think a lot of people have done the same thing.
Yeah, I do too. And I think it's been super fun, like I say, to grow your network, the different things that are able to happen, and the people we would not know if we had not gone virtually.
Oh gosh, yeah. There's like the people we're going to meet tomorrow that we never would have known if we didn't go virtual. Yeah.
Yeah, which is amazing. Kansas City, hello. Delinda said one of the girls is coming in from Manhattan, Kansas, which is a blast.
I met her. You know her a little bit better, but I met her a couple of months ago, and it's just like, wow, we get to meet in person.
No. I know the reason for your meeting. Susie Clayton is a superstar rock star networker. And she happens to have one of her Zoom backgrounds is the Maldives. I happen to know exactly why you connected with her, because you're sitting like a magnet going to this water. I got to have that water. Where are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we probably talked about it for probably 20 minutes before we even got into anything else.
Yeah, I got it. It is beautiful when she does the back. It's like,
I don't know.
It is serious killer. Yeah. But see, again, it is such a cool thing to not be locked in your little box now, and you get to go bigger. And this has been spectacular.
So Queenie, before we go, because of course, as usual,
my gosh, we cannot be out of time again.
Do you have an ask today? Do you have anything to ask for out there in virtual land?
Well, my ask is usually consistent. Anyone that needs help as far as effective hydration, that's my actual business. My ask right this current second is I am inching closer and closer and closer to the 400 mark for my YouTube channel, which if I get 400 by the end of May and 500 by the end of June, which is halfway through the year, that gets me to my goal of 1,000 subscribers for 2022. So if I stay on track for 14 more by the end of May, and then 100 more by the end of June, I will be exactly halfway as I'm supposed to be for my 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So that's my ask.
Very cool.
What is your ask, Doc?
Well, my ask, I'm slowly growing my YouTube channel, which, is a lot of garden tips. And I do a Tuesday tips with the Fun Fearless Female that's on there. And I think you're on there actually. But no, I'm looking to try and make it to 100 so I can get my own URL on YouTube.
So
So
I
I'm
guess
at,
we have to know this. What's your URL going to be? Are you doing Kitchen Garden Expert or Laura Christine Kitchen Garden Expert? How are you going to do that? Or have you not?
it'll probably, right now, today it's Kitchen Garden Expert, that you got to stay consistent with your brand across everything. That's how I'm known. So it might be Laura Christine Kitchen Garden Expert. I don't know. Haven't thought that far, but I'm at about 37. It was the last time I looked. That was a couple of
Oh,
days ago.
okay,
It's slowly
nice.
inching.
Oh, and
So
please think about that too. The slowly inching part. Hello, I get that. But the reason I had to get to 100 several years ago when this first started is there's a million Kathy Weavers out there. And if I didn't claim the Kathy Weaver KC branding, that was going to be my only platform that didn't have my same URL. And that was driving me crazy.
yep, I know it would drive you crazy, and the opposites that we are, I haven't really paid attention. And now I'm like, well, I probably should pay attention to that.
Oh, yes. Oil and water. We've said that since the beginning for Doc and Queenie, but it really is hysterical. You do this and I do this. And so,
Yeah, well, you're doing, I'm on Insta, I'm more Instagram. I'm the Instagram queen, I guess you could say that. I love Instagram.
I
And I've
love
been working
LinkedIn.
that.
Absolutely. And that's a funny thing. One of the courses I'm actually working on to help people is your personality type and the social media platform that you select as your main. And it's so.
Oh, are you studying me, Queenie?
Yes, I am, Doc. I am definitely studying you. You are a case study to be sure. And it's so fun to see you. How many, I don't even know what you call them, views or something do you get on your Instagram?
I'm almost to 30,000. So
Okay, seriously, that right there, that tells you in the
So-
system, bank personality.
and then, like everything else, like the followers numbers is when I started this, I was under 100 followers and I'm at 410 right now, but that's been a slow gradual. Yeah. But, but I actually have been reaching between 20 and 30,000 people every time I put a reel down. And it's all about the hashtags. I mean, we've talked about that.
yeah,
It's all
absolutely.
trying to, fit into different things and keep it fresh and different. The other day, I have to tell you, this is funny. I don't know if you saw the Instagram. I was running in my backyard towards the peony plant. And the camera is like, my kids are like, Mom, you're making me sick. But yeah, just to make it fun and exciting. And then, you put music to it. And
Okay,
so,
if that's on Instagram, I'm going to have to go look because I did not see the running part. That's hysterical.
yeah, you can kind of tell I'm running.
That
Thank God you
seriously
didn't
is
hear me.
hysterical.
I didn't run
Yeah.
that far. Otherwise you'd hear me huffing and puffing. Because I'm so out of shape, but.
Oh my gosh, I think that's classic. I really do. But
Wow.
good for you to have so many views and so many everything. I love that for you.
Thank you. And for you, Queenie, I mean, your LinkedIn is just fantastic. And the posting parties that you're teaching. I don't know if I gave you this update, the last posting party I was with you, and it was through the Fun Fearless Female group.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, on one of my posts that I did with the group, in 48 hours, I had 400 hits on my post.
Oh my gosh, of course you did. Holy moly, that's fantastic.
So I haven't checked lately, but yeah, I mean, that's just the power of what you teach with LinkedIn, with connection and networking and all that. It's just, yeah.
Well, it's been amazing for me as well. And I wouldn't give it up for anything. And like I say, in-person networking is terrific. Virtual has been expansive, like I can't believe. And so any of you out there who have not virtually networked yet and would like to do it, especially for free, I have several groups. Doc has several groups, and it would be wonderful if you would connect with us. I really do at the time. This is awful how fast this goes.
I know, it just flies. It just flies. So I guess I got to take us home, huh?
Yes, Doc, take us home.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, Doc and Queenie, Facebook Live at. We meet every Monday at. I just got it. At high noon. And we also have a Bible study on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Or I'm saying Bible study, it's Bible trivia.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a study because I know for myself, I've learned tons just by going through the process of answering these questions. Let's see, what else do we have going on before I say goodbye? I don't know if
we got to have Dr. Heather last Friday.
We had Dr. Heather. We've had some fantastic
Yep.
guests on Doc and Queenie Guest Live. We have another guest coming up this week, I do believe.
Okay.
And we are preparing for more in the next several weeks. So if you're interested, we'd love to have you because we just love talking with people and supporting them. So have a great rest of your Monday, Queenie, and everyone out there in virtual land. Have a fantastic week. Be blessed, and we will catch you back here next Monday.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Bye for now.
Bye.